Because we have been talking about the income approach, we can also discuss your own personal income as well. And what we talk about in this particular section is going to be a little bit more relevant once we hit chapter number 8 and 9, where we hit income just a little bit more. But it's actually a pretty good segue for us to discuss income at this junction. So what does your own personal income include? It includes wages and salaries and other labor income. So if you work at a job, it would be included under your personal income. It includes proprietor's income, rental income, personal interest and dividend income, as well as any transfer payments received. Once you add all those up, we're going to subtract out your personal contributions for social insurance, and that final number that you get is your personal income. So your personal income, we're going to say that there are 3 things that you can do with this particular amount of personal income. So here, let's build this up. So 3 things you can do with your personal income. You can do with your personal income. So here, what do you think these 3 things are going to be? So we can play a little bit of Family Feud right here. So think about this just for a little bit. What are the 3 things that you can do with your personal income? The first thing that probably pops into your mind is spend it or consume it. So that's number 2 right here. So survey says number 2, you can go ahead and spend it. So consume it. That's number 2. Another thing that pops up is you're going to be able to save it. So here you want to invest it, you want to save it. That's option number 3. What is the last thing that you can do with your personal income? So even before you get your paycheck from your work, what immediately gets cut off of gets cut out of it? That's going to be taxes. So here, the last thing that you can do, survey says, is you can pay taxes. So these are the 3 things that you can do with your personal income. And based on these 3 things right here, we're going to come to another form of income, which is known as disposable income. So here, disposable income. And disposable income is what we are a little bit more interested in economics. We're not too much worried about your personal income. We're more worried about your disposable income. So how do these 2 differ? Disposable income is simply your personal income, and you subtract out your taxes. So minus taxes. So when you get your personal income, you subtract out taxes. You can do 2 things with it. You can spend it or save it, which leads us to this equation right here. Y equals C plus S. So here, income, your disposable income, equals consumption plus savings. So here, plus savings. So here, disposable income equals consumption plus savings, the last 2 things you can do with your personal income. And we notice here that we use the letter Y to denote your disposable income. And in the later chapters, we're actually going to go ahead and see that this disposable income has to equal your GDP like we calculated under the expenditure approach. So Y has to equal Y. So that's going to be something that you have to look forward to in chapter number 8 and 9. But in this instance, in terms of disposable income, the main differentiation that we want to make here, the main goal, is that disposable income is not the same as your personal income. So just a very, very quick example, just throwing a few arbitrary numbers right here. Suppose that I tell you that your personal income is equal to 100, your taxes are equal to 25, and your savings, say, are equal to 25 as well. And I want you to find your consumption. So here, based on this information, can you figure out what your consumption is? And the answer is yes. So first of all, we want to use this equation right here. Your disposable income equals consumption plus savings. So what would go on the left-hand side right here? It would be your personal income minus taxes. So here, 100 minus 25. So personal income minus taxes. Remember that personal income is not the same as disposable income. Drill that into the back of your minds. And then simply fill out the rest of the formula. Consumption, this is our unknown, so we're going to keep that as a C. And we have our savings, which equals to 25, so plus 25. And then once you have all this, all you want to do is isolate the C by itself, do a little bit of algebra in order to isolate C. And you're going to notice that 75 equals C plus 25. So here, your C, your consumption is equal to 50. So very simple algebra in this case right here. So here, once again, very, very simple equation. We'll do a little bit more in-depth discussion and analysis with this equation in chapter number 8. But for now, this is good for us. Remember, disposable income, not the same as your personal income. Don't forget to subtract out your taxes with this.